The Dodgers experienced an unforgettable moment during their dramatic extra-inning victory that left the entire clubhouse in tears. Shohei Ohtani, known for his calm and composed demeanor, revealed something deeply personal in a post-game interview with American media that shocked everyone who heard it. After Rushing's incredible walk-off hit in the 11th inning secured the victory, Ohtani returned to the locker room and uttered words that nobody expected to hear from the Japanese superstar. These first words, spoken in the heat of emotion, were so powerful and unexpected that they moved teammates to tears and revealed a side of Ohtani that few had ever witnessed. When the celebration began following Rushing's heroic moment, cameras captured Ohtani sprinting from the dugout with pure joy written across his face. The atmosphere in the stadium was electric, but few could have predicted what would happen once the team retreated to the privacy of their locker room. What did Ohtani say in those first moments? Why were his words so unexpected and powerful? How did his teammates react to this rare display of emotion? And what does this reveal about the bond within the Dodgers clubhouse? As the game entered extra innings earlier that evening, media personnel noted an unusual intensity in Ohtani's body language. Reporters observed him pacing in the dugout during the top of the 11th inning, more animated than his typically stoic presence would suggest. Freeman, who was sitting on the bench preparing for a potential at-bat, spoke to reporters about what he witnessed during those tense moments. Freeman admitted that he had never seen Ohtani so visibly invested in a teammate's at-bat before. There was something different in the air, a sense that this game meant more than just another win in the regular season. Freeman said that when Rushing stepped into the batter's box with 2 outs in the 11th inning, Ohtani stood at the edge of the dugout railing, gripping it so tightly that his knuckles turned white. He was leaning forward, watching every pitch with an intensity that suggested he was willing the ball to find Rushing's bat. Many people couldn't help but notice that Ohtani, who usually maintains a professional distance during high-pressure situations, was completely absorbed in this moment. The questions from teammates later would focus on what was going through Ohtani's mind during those critical seconds. Before revealing what happened in the locker room, the American media interviewer asked Ohtani to describe his emotions during Rushing's at-bat. The Dodgers superstar revealed that he had been watching Rushing's development throughout the season with great interest. However, the interviewer emphasized that what Ohtani said next was completely unexpected. According to Ohtani, Rushing reminded him of his own early days in professional baseball, the pressure, the desire to prove himself, and the weight of expectations. Ohtani confirmed that he had been quietly mentoring Rushing behind the scenes, offering advice and encouragement that few people knew about. When asked about his immediate reaction to the walk-off hit, Ohtani paused for a long moment. The interpreter stood ready, but Ohtani seemed to be searching for the right words to express what he had felt. He mentioned that the moment the ball dropped into the outfield gap, something overcame him that he hadn't experienced in years. It wasn't just happiness about winning the game, it was something deeper, more personal, and profoundly emotional. Mookie Betts revealed that when the team rushed back into the locker room following the on-field celebration, everyone was expecting the typical post-victory atmosphere: music, laughter, and high-energy celebration. Almost everyone on the team was still riding the adrenaline high from Rushing's heroics. Betts said he was near his locker when he noticed Ohtani walking directly toward Rushing, who was being congratulated by several teammates near the center of the room. When Ohtani reached Rushing, the entire room seemed to sense something significant was about to happen, and the noise level gradually decreased. Betts revealed that what happened next was something nobody could have predicted. Ohtani, with tears visibly welling in his eyes, placed both hands on Rushing's shoulders and looked directly into the young player's eyes. The clubhouse fell completely silent as everyone turned to witness this moment. Then Ohtani spoke his first words, not in Japanese as many might have expected, but in English, clearly and emotionally. According to multiple witnesses, Ohtani said, "You just made your family so proud. Your father is watching you from heaven, and he is smiling right now." The impact of those words was immediate and overwhelming. Rushing, whose father had passed away just 2 years earlier, immediately broke down in tears and embraced Ohtani. The entire locker room stood frozen, many players struggling to hold back their own emotions. Betts admitted that he had no idea Ohtani even knew about Rushing's father. "To be honest, that's when I lost it," Betts said with tears in his eyes during his own interview. Shohei doesn't just play alongside us, he knows us, he cares about us, and he carries our stories in his heart. According to teammates who witnessed the scene, what followed was one of the most powerful moments in recent Dodgers history. Players from across the clubhouse began gathering around Ohtani and rushing, creating a circle of brotherhood and support. Veterans and rookies alike were visibly moved, with several players openly crying. The celebration transformed from typical post-game excitement into something far more meaningful, a moment of genuine connection and emotional release. Sources close to the team say that Ohtani had privately spoken with Rushing several times throughout the season about dealing with grief and finding motivation in honoring loved ones who have passed. Ohtani himself had experienced loss and understood the complex emotions of playing professional baseball while carrying personal pain. This wasn't a spontaneous comment, it was a message Ohtani had been waiting for the right moment to deliver, when Rushing would be most receptive to understanding its full meaning. Shortly after this emotional exchange, the American media interviewer asked Ohtani why he chose those specific words and that particular moment. Ohtani's response revealed depths of emotional intelligence and cultural understanding that many hadn't fully appreciated before. Through his interpreter, but occasionally in his own English, Ohtani explained that he had learned about Rushing's father during a conversation in spring training. Rushing had mentioned that his father had always dreamed of watching him play in the major leagues but had passed away before that dream could be realized. Ohtani said that throughout the season, he had watched Rushing struggle with the pressure of performing at the highest level while carrying the weight of his father's unfulfilled dream. "I wanted him to know," Ohtani said, his voice breaking slightly, that his father's dream did come true. His father is watching from somewhere beyond what we can see, and tonight, with that hit, Rushing gave his father the greatest gift, proof that the sacrifices and love were not in vain. The interviewer, visibly moved by Ohtani's explanation, asked how Ohtani had known this was the right moment to share these words. Ohtani smiled through his tears and explained that in Japanese culture, there is a concept called kizuna, the bonds between people that transcend normal friendship. He said that the moment Rushing's hit landed, he felt an overwhelming sense that this was a moment of kizuna, a moment when the barrier between what we can see and what we cannot see becomes thin, and love travels across that barrier. What made this revelation even more remarkable was the reaction it generated from baseball analysts and sports psychologists who reviewed the interview footage. Dr. Michael Harrison, a sports psychologist who has worked with numerous MLB teams, stated that Ohtani's emotional intelligence and timing demonstrated leadership qualities that go far beyond athletic performance. What Ohtani did, Dr. Harrison explained, was validate Rushing's experience, honor his grief, and transform a baseball victory into a moment of healing. That level of awareness and compassion is extraordinarily rare, especially in the competitive environment of professional sports. Former players and baseball legends who watched the interview expressed similar amazement. A Hall of Fame player who spent 18 years in the major leagues appeared on a sports talk show the next morning and spoke about Ohtani's words. "In all my years playing and covering baseball," the legend said, "I've never seen anything quite like this. Ohtani just showed us that being a great player isn't just about statistics and performance, it's about being a great human being who lifts others up in their darkest moments." Social media exploded with reactions from fans around the world. The video clip of Ohtani's interview, particularly when he revealed what he said to Rushing, was viewed millions of times within hours. Thousands of fans shared their own stories of loss and how Ohtani's words resonated with their personal experiences. Many pointed out that this moment transcended baseball and spoke to universal human experiences of grief, hope, and the enduring power of love. Several current MLB players from other teams also commented on Ohtani's revelation. One veteran all-star tweeted, "This is why Shohei Ohtani is more than just a great player. He's showing an entire generation what it means to be a complete person. Baseball needs more of this humanity." Another former MVP wrote, "I'm sitting here crying watching Ohtani's interview. This is what sports should be about, bringing people together and helping each other through life's challenges." After the interview concluded, manager Dave Roberts was asked about the locker room scene and Ohtani's unexpected words. The Dodgers manager could barely compose himself as he recalled what he had witnessed. Roberts said that in his decades in professional baseball, both as a player and a manager, he had never experienced such a raw and beautiful moment of human connection. "What Shohei did transcends anything I can explain with baseball terminology," Roberts said, wiping tears from his eyes. "He reminded all of us why we play this game, not just for wins and championships, but for the moments when we can make a real difference in someone's life." Roberts also revealed that after Ohtani spoke those words to Rushing, he pulled the entire team together for an impromptu meeting. In that gathering, Ohtani spoke about the importance of playing not just for themselves, but for the people who believed in them, sacrificed for them, and watch over them from beyond. "He told us that every game is an opportunity to honor someone," Roberts explained. "That perspective completely changed the atmosphere in our clubhouse. We're not just a baseball team anymore, we're a family united by something deeper." The significance of Ohtani's unexpected first words in the locker room extends far beyond that single game or even the current season. It represents a shift in how we understand athletic greatness, recognizing that true excellence encompasses not just physical ability, but emotional depth, cultural wisdom, and genuine compassion for others. For the Dodgers, this moment has become a defining characteristic of their season, a reminder that they're part of something more meaningful than just baseball. For Rushing, Ohtani's words provided healing and validation that will carry him through his entire career. Thank you for watching. Please share your thoughts in the comments section about Ohtani's powerful message and what this moment means for the future of baseball culture. Subscribe to our channel for more interesting and up-to-date information about Shohei Ohtani and the incredible stories that make baseball more than just a game.